Now, one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to sex, pun intended, is that size matters when it comes to performing well in bed. I'm here to tell you that's definitely off track. Unless you're at one extreme or the other, real huge or real small, it doesn't really matter as much as you think, especially to the important jury, the ladies. And on today's video, I'm gonna get into specifics and explain to you why penis size doesn't matter nearly as much as you may believe. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Donnell Howell, salute. Now, the first reason why penis size doesn't matter nearly as much as you may think falls under the category of comparison is the thief of joy. Most of us think a lot of guys are walking around with much bigger penises than they actually do. We oftentimes think we are coming up short. And the thing is, most guys aren't. A lot of us guys throughout our lives, myself included, think the average penis is much larger than it is. Let me disavow you of that myth. Average erect penis is between 5 and 5.5 inches. That's it. And so if you're like me and throughout high school and as a young adult, you watched a lot of porn and saw guys walking around with 10-inch hammers, that's not realistic. They're paid to be there. They're no more average than the NFL player you watch on Sunday. Do you think an NFL player is average size, average speed? Of course not. So neither are porn actors. Believe it or not, 5.5 inches is normal. And once again, porn can really have your POV out of whack. Do you realize that only 5% of men have a penis 6 inches or larger? That's it. 5%. Size doesn't matter as much as you think because odds are you're not coming up as short as you think you are. Now, next up on the list of reasons why size doesn't matter as much as you may believe is because when size does matter, it's not the measurement most guys think about. You see, when we think about penis size, we usually think about length. It may come as a surprise to you that the women that do care about size, they're not so concerned about length. They're more concerned about width. Yes, that's right. The measurement we care about, how long we are in inches, not quite as important to women. In fact, studies have shown that women care more about width. 70% of women find width most important, 18% say length. So if you are worried about penis size, you're worried about the wrong measurement. Here's the thing. When it comes to stimulation of women, there's two kinds. Length takes care of in and out. What women tend to be more concerned about is the feeling of fullness. That comes from width. So once again, unless you're on the extreme side of length, real big or real small, you're probably worried about the wrong measurement. When it comes to penis size, women care much more about width than length. One thing that does matter is that when it's time to have sex, you have the ability to perform. Millions of guys find that a challenge because they suffer with erectile dysfunction. And many of those that do often do so in silence and find it very difficult to talk about. If this sounds anything like you, I highly recommend you talk to the good people at today's video sponsor, Roman. Roman is a digital health clinic for men. It's an online platform where you can be evaluated, diagnosed, and treated for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your very own home. Roman will connect you with a licensed U.S. healthcare professional who will work directly with you to come up with a treatment plan specifically to treat your ED. And treatment with Roman is convenient, discreet, and simple. All you have to do is go to ro.co/style. Complete a complimentary online visit, just answer some background questions about your condition, and after being evaluated by the licensed healthcare professional, and if you gain a prescription, Roman can send right to your front door FDA-approved, effective medication to treat your ED. A lot of guys out there who suffer with erectile dysfunction think they're alone, but I'm here to tell you you're not. 52% of men at one point in their life will deal with some type of erectile dysfunction. The key here is to do something about it. I challenge you to take charge of your sex life. Not only did Roman sponsor today's video, they've got a special offer for the Style O.G family. All you have to do is go to ro.co/style, complete that online visit, and if approved, you'll get 20% off your first treatment for ED. So if you want to get started treating your erectile dysfunction and take charge of your sex life, get started today with Roman. Now, another key reason why penis size doesn't matter quite as much as a lot of us guys think, penetration alone is rarely the key to female satisfaction when it comes to sex. And here's once again where I blame porn. Now, if you used to watch any amount of porn like I did, you probably believe that women just get all these explosive orgasms from pounding and intercourse. In the real world, that's not quite true. In fact, it might surprise you to know that 80% of women don't reach orgasm through vaginal stimulation alone. In fact, for most women, clitoral stimulation is the easiest way to reach orgasm. So keeping that fact in mind, it only stands to reason the length or size of your penis really isn't going to be as important as you think it is. And that just reinforces that a lot of guys are disproportionately worried about the size of the penis. It's probably not affecting whether she reaches pleasure to an overwhelming degree anyway. We men tend to be too intercourse and vagina focused when it comes to pleasing our ladies. In fact, what you need to do instead, pay attention to her whole body, especially her clitoris. One of the huge reasons that penis size doesn't matter as much as you think, penetration is rarely the key to female satisfaction. At least, not the only key. Now I hear you might be saying, Jeff, what about the ladies that do get really stimulated by penetration? I've got some good information for you as well. There's a spot called the G-spot, an area that tends to be an extension of the clitoris. And for those women that do have vaginal orgasms, it's usually caused by stimulation to this G-spot. Would it surprise you to know that the G-spot is only about 1 inch or 2 inside the vagina? That's right, even my guys that come up super short can reach the G-spot with their hammer. That's because, like I said, the G-spot is generally located about 1 inch or 2 inside the vaginal wall. One of the best ways to find the G-spot, insert a finger inside and wave "come here." That's usually where the G-spot is located. Not that deep. Yes, even my guys with 2 to 3 inches can reach the G-spot. Now I'm really about to put you onto some game. What if I was to tell you there are some women that complain about penis size, but more than likely women complain about a penis too large than too small? Yes, that's right. In survey after survey, women say they prefer a small penis over a big penis. Why? It's pretty simple. A larger penis can hurt and be uncomfortable. Oftentimes when a woman has sex with a guy with a larger penis, certain positions are just unbearable. And most women report that if a man has 7 inches or more, they're just not interested. It's too big. And a smaller penis is just less likely to hurt and therefore be more comfortable and enjoyable. Here's the other thing, especially for my ladies and gentlemen out there that like to go round after round, a guy who has a larger penis is gonna be less pleasurable for your lady to have repeated sessions. A man with a larger penis is more likely to leave her sore and she's gonna need more recovery time before round 2. So believe it or not, when women complain about penis size, more likely they're complaining about a larger penis, not a smaller one. Now next up is a fact that should put a lot of guys' minds at ease. Do you realize that the overwhelming majority of women report being satisfied with their partner's penis size? Yes, a lot of us are worried for nothing. And here's the thing, let's be honest with each other. A lot of times we're concerned about penis size because we want to please our partner. If she's saying she's happy with it, why shouldn't you be? Where the disconnect comes in. 87% of women report being satisfied with their partner's penis size. 50% of guys think they come up short. It kind of goes back to the first thing we talked about. A lot of guys are walking around thinking most guys have a bigger penis than they actually do. And because of that, they tend to think they're coming up short when it comes to their woman, not realizing she probably doesn't care as much as we do. Which brings me to my next very important point. Us guys tend to be overly concerned with physical things, when you don't realize that women are much more concerned with an emotional connection when it comes to sexual pleasure. It's just the fact that most women, especially if they care about you, they're more concerned about the person the penis is attached to than the size of said penis. And here's just a simple fact. When it comes to sex, for human beings, it's mostly mental, but especially for women. That's why when it comes to women, you're much better off not worrying about penis size, but pay attention to her arousal. Do more foreplay. Be romantic. A lot of us think because men are visual, women tend to be too. They're just not. You think she's just gonna look at your hammer and be turned on? Women don't work that way. Women take a much longer time to reach arousal. You're much better off, no matter what penis size you are, focusing on foreplay. Focus on an emotional connection. Female arousal is very complex and it varies from woman to woman. A woman is much more likely to enjoy sex with a person she feels connected to, a man she's bonded with. So once again, instead of worrying about something you can't control, your penis size, and actually something she's probably not worried about as much as you are, focus more on the emotional connection.